Have you found any people that have come to you that said like, "Hey, I want you to fund this project," but then when you and your co-founder did due diligence, you found that like, no, this is this is not a good idea. This is a waste of a lot of people's time.
Yeah, definitely. And we generally see that at the first meeting. That's something that
Okay.
we take that screening call and we can get a sense of, is this going to have, sufficiently dependable cash flows for them to be able to borrow? Because ultimately,
Mm,
what project developers are doing on our platform is they're coming and they're issuing promissory notes, which is debt financing. And
right.
so they are essentially borrowing against the cash flows of their existing projects or soon to be operating projects to be able to go and deploy that into building new projects. So the way it works is the investor is actually invested directly in a solar project, in the cash flows of that solar project. And the
Right.
developer is pulling that money out so that they can do A, some of the operation of that project, but B, go and develop new projects. And so your money is directly invested in the solar project and it frees up cash flows for the developer to go build new projects. Now, if a project developer comes to us and say, hey, we have this first of a kind technology where we're not necessarily sure how it's going to pan out, we're not going to feel that that has the appropriate risk profile for, in particular, retail
Ah,
investors that are putting some of this weight on us to do some of this screening on their behalf. Because we understand through customer interviews that, when people see these projects on our platform, they expect that we have done appropriate due diligence and that we are mitigating some of that risk for them. Everybody has to do their homework. Everyone has to determine if a project meets their risk profile. And so, this is no way, shape, or form investment advice, nor is it, a essentially us taking on that full research for any investor. However, we understand that that is the expectation that people come to our platform with. And so we have to hold ourselves to that standard just as our everyday operations. And so
right.
when we see projects, may have risks that we don't necessarily want to expose people on our platform to, it's not going to be a fit.